Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. This cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill.
You just heard from President Donald Trump as he addressed the nation tonight following the United States airstrikes that targeted 3 Iranian nuclear sites. Behind President Trump tonight stood Vice President J.D. Vance. You can also see Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth. Trump says Iran's key nuclear sites have been completely and fully obliterated by these strikes. The president goes on to say that Iran, as you heard, is, quote, the bully of the Middle East and that they need to make peace. Trump thanked the American military, saying no military could do what we did tonight. He also thanked Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli military for their support. AP reporting this marks the 9th day of conflict between Israel and Iran, and now for the first time the United States is directly involved. According to Israeli officials, their military campaign is focused on stopping Iran from developing nuclear weapons. Israel's top general says they are preparing for a prolonged campaign against Iran. And tonight, reactions from leaders across the nation are pouring in, including Governor Glenn Youngkin taking to X, where he states President Donald Trump meant what he has said over and over again. Iran must never have a nuclear weapon. Promises made, promises kept, unquote. And Senator Tim Kaine also taking to X tonight, strongly condemning the president's decision, writing the American public is overwhelmingly opposed to the U.S. waging war on Iran. He goes on to say, so what made Trump recklessly decide to rush and bomb today? Horrible judgment. I will push for all senators to vote on whether they are for this third idiotic Middle East war, unquote. Now, also this evening, we spoke to political commentator Dr. Eric Claville, a professor with Norfolk State University, reminding us that only Congress has the power to declare a war in the Middle East.
I will say this, only Congress can declare war. However, Congress hasn't done that since World War II. However, we have fought many, many battles across the world since that time period with the war powers, with the executive powers that we've given our president. So I would say very clearly that we are now at war with the Middle East.
The professor also tells Wavy 10 tonight that the United States being involved in the bombing puts the U.S. squarely in the middle of the conflict. He says this will impact Naval Station Norfolk drastically.
Well, with us being the largest naval base in the world, that means that we will play a very important part in this conflict. Of course, it's been announced that the U.S. Gerald R. Ford will be deployed to the Middle East and be a part of this operation. I know the president is hoping that it will bring peace, but now we have to wait for the response from the other side.